the difference between connection, where you're talking about your timelines and stuff, and just and there's a different frame of that compared to you're just almost sitting and getting someone's problems and life stories. That's why there needs to be some both of you doing it together, where you're both investing, you're both trading stories. You're not just going so deep too soon, where it's like, why is this guy asking such deep questions when he hasn't given anything himself? I don't know him at all. It's too much too soon. And that's where you fall into the psycho or whatever, the psychologist type of angle. If you're going too much too soon and you haven't given anything. Okay. So that's one thing. Another thing is, yeah, definitely there needed to be more playfulness, way more playfulness, not something that's so serious. More playfulness, and that could be your delivery. The sexual intent, there's no problems with that. Don't think to yourself that you needed to do less or any. There's no problems with that whatsoever. It's just that because of the seriousness of it, or your psychologist vibe, that's when it became a little bit awkward. It's like you're trying to make something happen for marriage, or you're trying to get so serious so fast. So that's where that's some of the things that you want to look at. In terms of like getting her on that double date with me, or there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what happens, the deep psychologist type stuff, where you were going too deep too soon. There wasn't enough playfulness happening. So that's some of the things that also, if you are going to show intent, you can pull back to release the tension. So there's no awkwardness. That's the whole thing that I always talk about in the verbal escalation ladder. Okay, so yeah, it's not just joking, it's also being playful, but it's you might have to increase the amount of being playful, like being playful, then going deep, then being playful, then going deep. Not just like 20 minutes of going too deep, where it's too deep too soon. Look, overall, it's tough because it's like, okay, this girl's there and you've just got one shot and you have to make something happen. So obviously you are also more in your head because of the situation. And that's also going to play a part. The nervousness, and she's going to feel that you're more nervous and you're trying to make something happen. You're trying to seriously get an outcome. So that's like 50% of it. That's 50% of the issue right there. But obviously, because of the situation, you were more in your head. So that's why I don't see it too much from a technical perspective, because a lot of it was she could feel the seriousness of things. Yeah, exactly. You smothered her. But it's also, yeah, that's what she said. It's also because she could feel that you really needed that outcome. And that's where like the inner side comes to it.